Hello everyone, welcome to this session. We'll start with a new chapter today, that is agriculture. So far in our previous session, we covered the chapter that is the human activities. We discussed the major types of the human activities. We said one of the most primary activities, and for example, of the primary activities, we said agriculture. So in this session, we'll start with this chapter. So we'll be talking about this chapter for some time. So we'll start with the introduction to the agriculture. So by introduction, we'll talk about the meaning of agriculture. Agriculture, this is just the cultivation of the crops and the keeping of the animals. So this is the human activity that involves cultivation of the various crops for various purpose, and keeping of the animals also for the various purpose. Now, agriculture, you can also refer it to as a science which involves or deals with the crop cultivation and livestock keeping. So you can also define agriculture also as a science which deals with the crop cultivation and livestock keeping. Now, it is the oldest human activity which has been practiced for a long time by many societies in the world, because this is just the basic human activity that many societies just practiced before just to gain food. So that way, this kind of activity is been there for a long time. So it's the oldest human activity that has been practiced by these various many societies in the world. Now, through agriculture, human beings, they grow crops for the use by the households and supply to the various industries. That's why it's the primary activity in a way that it enables just the simple production of crops for the household use and supply to the industries as for the raw materials. So crop cultivation, in terms of what we discussed about agriculture, that agriculture involves crop cultivation, livestock, and animal keeping. So crop cultivation, it can also be called as arable farming, and the keeping of the animals, you can also term as the livestock keeping or the livestock husbandry. So that's how you can term these two things, or these two terms that are within the agriculture: crop cultivation as arable farming, and the keeping of the animals as livestock keeping. Now, agriculture is considered as the primary human activity since it involves the production of these various raw materials that can be used by the other various industries for the various processing of, for example, crop of food products. So that's why it's called as the primary human activity. Now, in the past, agriculture was considered to involve the cultivation of crops only, but recently, in modern times, we can see that agriculture has evolved to the expansion to include these kinds of things: keeping of the animals, that is rearing of the animals, poultry keeping, fish farming, and even keeping of these non-conventional animals such as crocodiles, camels, and ostrich. So that's how agriculture it has evolved over time. Now, based on the scale of production and the technology that agriculture can involve, it can be categorized into these two types, namely the small scale agriculture and the large scale agriculture. So in our next session, we'll talk about this in detail. What do they mean in terms of the production and the various characteristics of these two, the small scale agriculture and the large scale agriculture. So I hope that's clear, and thank you.